This is an example of a scene that might appear in a documentary, however, don't be fooled. The scene is entirely staged. Today we will explore how we can accurately and engagingly portray reality in documentary films, even when we're recreating many elements. It is about the way most non-fictional films we watch are made. It's about documentaries, little features, even the news. If I'm just following someone for a day just to show their life, I still often step in and say, hey, I need that story again, come around the corner, close the drawer again. Or as in my example at the beginning, rebuilding the whole living room to get one shot. In direct cinema, where the core of the task is to show a scene alive exactly as is, without the slightest intervention. I don't do that at all. But it has to be said that this style of filming, which I personally like very much, is the absolute exception in television but also streaming providers. Now, of course, I immediately ask myself the question, am I allowed to do this? To distort a reality in order to present it better? In order to open up a new world to the viewer? I would say that you have to look at it on a case-by-case basis. When I slightly change or repeat an action that would happen anyway, to make it better, I would say this does justice to the situation and is not only important but also correct. The solution is a healthy middle ground between staged action and simply following and depicting reality. Of course, I shouldn't twist anything in my productions, but I can reenact things that would happen anyway. But sometimes it makes sense to just let situations play out because they have a great potential to develop to create moments that would not happen otherwise. And that gives me an authenticity in my films that makes a scene much more relatable. And to see if a situation is staged, you just have to look at the camera work. If there are expected shots, such as the glass being taken out of the frame, someone coming through a door towards the camera, you can be very sure that this has been staged and planned. Conversely, you can also look at the camera work to see if the scene has been shot authentically. Is the camera anticipating or reacting? If the camera reacts, you can assume that the scene has simply unfolded in front of the cameraman, so he has simply followed the situation. But you have to be very careful. Of course, I can make a situation feel authentic, even though I know what's happening. I think you have to find a healthy balance between these two forms of storytelling. It's important to be able to stage a story in order to tell it better, which we wouldn't able to be otherwise. But there are situations that I simply have to tell authentically and not use film tricks to make them feel real. Now let me quickly introduce myself. I'm Gidon Lasch, documentary, image and commercial DOP from Munich, Germany. If you enjoyed the video, please leave me a like or subscribe, I'd be delighted. Otherwise, click here for the next video. Thanks for watching and a warm Bavarian Servus and see you next time.